Adam, congratulations, welcome to the team. I've just been watching you put pen to paper with your manager Steve Wood, and you're from Georgialand.
No, I'm not. You've already had this conversation.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm from the North East of England, yeah.
Yeah.
A place called Sunderland. Sunny Sunderland.
Because you're one of 3 fighters that we've got who are trained by John Stubbs and Anthony Kelly.
Yep, that's right, yeah. Team Tenacity.
No, Tennessee.
Tenacity.
That's just why I didn't know. Because it spelled like Tennessee.
Yeah. I've called them that a few times myself. No, yeah, I've turned over with them. Obviously, I've been with Am for years now. He's only ever been my real coach, do you know what I mean, since I've been
So you've trained out of Weymouth then?
Yeah, Weymouth started in 2014 and I was at a previous gym with Amth, and he started that in 2014 and I was actually the first ever winner for Weymouth in 2014 and I've had 50 odd fights with him. Now obviously I've had like 60 as an amateur, but 50 odd with Amth at Weymouth. And we're friends outside of boxing, do you know what I mean? I was at his wedding in Mexico and yeah, we're ready to start the pro career together as well.
Excited?
So, yeah, really excited. I mean, we've talked about it for years, but obviously I was a bit too young and it always seemed a bit like an unrealistic target, and then now everything's just sort of fell into place with how it is in life now, do you know what I mean?
This is the second time, I forgot, have we mentioned how old you are?
Yes, I'm 21 now.
21.
I'm 22 at the end of the year, but yeah, I think it's just one of them things where I would hate to turn over too late and have to rush things and take fights and that. I think like I'm the right age where I'm still maturing, I'm still going to develop into a man and do things like that.
We say, you know, if everything goes perfect for you, you've got 2 years learning fights, you know,
yeah.
You can get you 8 to 10 fights in those 2 years. You're still only 24 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, 24, 25, you're still at least 18 months away from peaking. So realistically, that sets you in good stead for whatever you want to do, whatever you want to achieve. And what is that? What would you know, if at the end of your career we was talking, where would you like to have been?
Well, it's just one of them things. I mean, a load of British boxers will probably say this to you, but it's just one of them things. I'm proud of where I come from, and like winning the British title, even outright, or just winning the British title is the main thing. Sitting there retired with a British title on your mantelpiece, that'll be a dream come true. But then once you've won that, sky's your limit. You kick on, and who knows? I'm 21-year-old. Who knows?
That's the fantastic thing about boxing, isn't it? No one knows. I remember speaking to Josh Warrington, and Josh was saying to me, you know, when he first started, he was a good amateur, but you know, nothing outstanding or anything like that. And his goal, his dream was to be British champion.
And look where he is now. He's excelled.
But what do you do? As you just said then, you know, you've got to reassess, haven't you? You know, I've achieved what I wanted to achieve, now what's next?
You're not going to stop, are you? You're going to just keep going until there's something blocking the road or whatever, but all being well, the sky's the limit, isn't it? Especially at 21-year-old and with the team I've got around us as well. Like, I do really believe in Anthony John, the super talented coaches, and they're still learning, they're still young in the coaching world, really. So imagine giving it a couple of years, like all the people doing well. Don't know, the sky's the limit, isn't it, really? You just got to go for it.
Yeah,
You've got to be quietly confident, haven't you, at the end of the day?
You'd be silly to enter this sport without having confidence.
Oh, of course.
But the confidence develops with each win and with each title you pick up. You become naturally more confident, and when that's backed up and you go all the way to those levels and you've made sure you've reached every level to that level, then you've not missed any steps, and why can't you be?
That's it. That's obviously one of the things we've turned over quite young as well. Getting them learning fighting early, so we're having to rush things, and because if you rush things then you get thrown in the deep end for a 10 round or a 12 round and you come unstuck, don't you? You've got to get them fight all different types of opponents.
Well, how do you find that? I mean, listen, when I was an amateur boxer, I used to 8-3-3s. You know, it was a killer for me. Yeah. Now, you know, the minimum you've got to do is 4-3s.
Yeah.
You know, do you feel that the extra rounds will benefit you? What's your style like?
No, do you know what it is? I'm not even just saying this sitting there, but ask anyone. I'm a slow starter. Ask me dad. I'm a slow starter. How many first rounds I've lost? And it's like I sit down in the corner, you get that little rock up your arse, and I'm like, come on, Aaron. And then it's very rare I lose a third round, and I'm quite like that. I mean, I need a bit of like that wake up, and I think 4 rounds, 6 rounds, 8 rounds is definitely going to suit me as I get older. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, I'm trying to work on not dropping them first rounds, but it's just the way I've always been.
But I suppose there is a difference between pace from amateur boxing to professional boxing.
Totally.
And I know, you know, your 4 rounders are important. You can't really afford to throw away the first round in that, because you could make it hard for yourself.
No, totally.
I presume those will all be put right, and whatever whatever you know, like I say, it's a learning fight. And you also, the problem is as well, you're fighting, as an amateur now, you're fighting top class kids all over the country.
Yeah.
Your first amateur fights, first few pro fights are not going to be that. You're going to be getting men that we're picking, that we believe you can beat.
Yeah.
And it might be tough and it might be hard men, but technically they're probably not going to be on your level. Will that, because sometimes people say, well, when you're getting this one at a lower level, you drop your own level, or will you take full advantage of them?
Obviously, you never know until you're actually in there, but I would like to think between me and from John would be able to, like, you just got to focus on yourself, haven't you, at the end of the day? And I mean, you've just got to box to your game and your cornerman's game and whatever you've worked, like the game plan, and just see what's in front of you. I would hate to think I would start fighting at their level, do you know what I mean? Like, no disrespect, but you're there to do a job and you're there to do a game plan, and I believe that I could definitely execute the game plan, whether it's 4 rounds, 6 rounds, whether it's an early knockout, whatever it is.
And what's your style like then?
Am I not giving too much away yet?
No.
Yeah, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Whatever your style is now,
it'll be
6 fight style, it's not going to be
no,
the same, is it?
Yeah, I'm joking. Nah, I like to press the pace. I mean, I've always liked the man centre of the ring, and as I say, I like to finish strong, and like I like to fight mid to short range, getting in there, and I've never had like the fastest feet, the fastest reflexes, being able to run away and have these long dangly arms. I like them all getting amongst it, you know what I mean? So do it smart. So
you think the pro thing will really, because you know, a few years ago, I used to call it sword fencing. You know, the amateur game was sword fencing.
It's funny because my dad used to call it that.
There was no combinations, no real body shots being thrown. It was just the odd jab every now and then, the odd 1-2, and that was it really. And you could win a fight purely on fast beating, you know, fast straight shots.
Yeah, no, totally. It's funny. As I was just saying, that's funny you see that, because that's exactly what my dad used to call it, fencing. Like, it was just like, and you could win amateur fights like that. And
of course you could.
And to be fair, that didn't actually suit me. Schoolboy boxing, that was 1.5 minute rounds, you blink and they're over. I've actually been a better senior than I ever was schoolboy and junior.
Yeah.
Like, obviously after the COVID and that, I come back and I had my senior fights, and I've done really well. I've beat some top kids in that. And
in fact, we were talking about before, a guy I just interviewed, we've just signed, his last amateur fight was you. He called Bayan Khalil.
Bayan, yeah.
Joined Roy Richardson.
Roy Richardson, that's the gym. They come up to County Durham. Place called Peter Lee. It wasn't, let's about half an hour from where I live, and they come up with a beautiful show. And it was a good tough fight, 9 minute fight, obviously, and it was good. I think, yeah, it was a top kid, Bayan. I got the win. It wasn't my last amateur fight, I think I ended it 2 after that.
And you went in the championships
after that, yeah.
So how did you do in this year's championship?
I got beat off a lad in the regional final. It was a good kid. He's just turned over pro himself, called Robbie Coleman from up North East. He's a good lad. I've sparred him since, and we got on quite well in that. He done quite well. I think he got all the way to the semi-finals and got beat on a split off a kid who went on to win it. But it was one of them fights again where on another day I could have done enough. On another day he could have done enough.
The regional titles then, have you won many regional titles then?
8.
Also around your way?
8 North East.
Yeah.
I think I won 2 schoolboy. 2
and internationals, how far did you go?
Nationals, I've been to 2 national finals. I got the national youth final where I got beat on a split down Bridlington.
Who was that against?
A lad who's turned over pro. He boxed out with a Repton gym called Adam Reichard. And it was a really good fight again. I think he had about 40 odd fights, he only lost a couple of times, and I boxed him down Bridlington it was a Friday night. I took a load of people down on that, and it was a very close fight. I beat on a 3-2 split, and I'll never forget, I give him a standing 8 count, and you know, you just think it's your night, and it just wasn't to be. It just wasn't to be. And I also got beat off another Repton kid in the boys clubs, this NA, what they call the NA?
The National Association.
Then down Bristol years ago, and it was a 2-1 split then.
Yeah.
Again, it was just another nip and tuck fight, divided opinions.
Like we said before, the amateurs, it's very hard to get quality kids over 3 rounds.
It's funny because that's why sometimes, like, I have people saying as well, come on, just stay amateur a bit longer, you're that close from getting that national title. And I just think sometimes, like, it's sometimes not meant to be, and that's why I've put pen to paper to turn over pro, because I want to make it happen now as a pro, where it really counts.
And as you just said, at 21, you know, give yourself, let's say, you know, 30 months, 2.5 years. Hopefully by that time you'll be ready. If you're not a champion, you know, such as a central area, would you be fighting for the central area or the northern area in your area?
I don't actually know how it works. I mean, I was sparring a lad the other day from up north. Well, not the other day. It was a couple of weeks back now from up North East, and I'm sure he was fighting for a Northern Area title on the Stadium Light Show. So I think there might be a Northern Area title to go for, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't know how it works.
And you've been working down here. You've been down at Bridgewater, which is my old amateur gym.
Bridgewater, Salford, yeah.
The head coach there is Lee Whitehead.
Yeah, lovely bloke.
He's a commentator on the VIP shows.
Yeah, well, it's funny because we did have a bit of a chat a couple of weeks back. Last time I was there, I was doing a bit of sparring, and he took me on the pads and stuff, and he was telling us about his doing his commentary and stuff for VIP.
Yeah.
So I sort of knew a little bit, but yeah, he's a lovely fella, and he knows his boxing, and he's been, I can't thank him enough for letting us come to his gym and just train for the last 4 months. And
so what do you do? What's your job?
I'm an electrician. I work for well, it's my dad's company actually. Do shop fitting all over the country, but I'm nearly fully qualified. Like I've got my final exam in the next couple of weeks, months, and then I'm fully qualified, and that was the plan. Try and get fully qualified before I turn over. Just realistically, just to have something. Do you know what I mean?
Plan.
Yeah, and obviously your first few fights, if I've got to do big cash in hand jobs, working here, working there, you can do your stuff, can't you?
Yeah.
That's my plan anyway.
Have players will travel.
Exactly.
Right. Well, listen. We don't know when you're going to be out first, but we you know, obviously with the three of you up at Wearmouth, we're looking to put shows on up there.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can build a show around you three, add a few more fighters down there, and bring professional boxing back to Sunderland.
That sounds mint, honestly. Even just seeing it there just makes you smile, doesn't it? But with Travis Waters and Ben Marksby, we'll sell out like them small hall arenas up in the North East.
Can we say yours is a natural tan, by the way, isn't it?
Yeah, Ben Marksby uses fake tan, so he's not remember that. But I've just been all day, I'm natural.
I do. Take care. I'll see you in a few weeks. We'll catch up with you when we've got a date, we've got a venue. We'll come down and we'll give the show a little plug and find out how preparations have been going.
Yeah, spot on. Thank you.
Adam, take care, mate.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
For all boxing info, news, and latest interviews, amateur and pro across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.